Hi everyone, I'm John Horner, CEO of the Chamber of Commerce here, and I'm really pleased to be here for a few moments with you and with our mayor, Rich Constantine. Mr. Mayor, thank you for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank
really
you very much.
appreciate you doing the job you're doing. Not everyone realizes it's basically a volunteer job with a tiny stipend. People sometimes think it's a good paying job. And you know, and I know that's not the case. But so you came into that job with a commitment. You had experience being a council member, which is one thing, but mayor is different. And wondering if you can talk about, what's different about being mayor from being a council member.
Well, when I was on the council, people would ask, well, what are your next steps? Are you going to run for mayor? And I said, no, I don't have that in mind, basically because we had a great mayor. And well, when Steve decided that he wanted to step down, I gave it a lot of thought, and I decided to run for mayor. One, because I enjoyed being a council member. I enjoy the council that I work with, and I enjoy the city that I work for. What's different about being mayor is that I am seen as the head of the city, and that's a little bit more of a responsibility. So I have to sit up a little straighter, and make sure that really, it's not any different than being on the council as far as getting anything done, because I'm just one vote, and to get anything passed, we have to have at least 3 of us. But I enjoy being able to mold the path that the city is taking in, and one of those that path is more in the economic development realm. Mm-hmm. Our citizens have done a great job by voting in various growth control measures, which help us maintain our population at a manageable level. And I'm pleased with that. But where we have really picked up the ball and run with it was in our economic development, and that's because of the climate, the economic climate. We're now starting to see businesses starting to expand, and now we're seeing that the vitality of the economic realm is picking up. So I want to make sure that Morgan Hill takes advantage of that. Again, and all the other things is I'm not used to people saying, "Hi, Mayor." When I see people in the store and they recognize me and they say, "Hello, Mayor," it's unusual. It's unusual, and it takes a little bit getting used to. I'm still not getting used to the mayor title, but I do enjoy being mayor.
Well, that's wonderful. I'd say that means you have your ego under control, and that's important in a job with this responsibility. And maybe one more thing, I find a lot of citizens don't really understand the difference between a mayor and a city manager. We have a city manager form of government. I don't remember in high school really being taught the nuances of that. I've learned it on the fly, but I don't know if you have any comment, if you kind of help folks understand, okay, as mayor, what your role is and how that's different from the city manager.
Well, I have a very interesting story on that. When I was first elected to the council, coming from the background of being a firefighter, we were always taught to handle things at the lowest level. In other words, if you have a problem, you don't go right to the chief. So when I had an issue that I wanted to discuss, I would find out who was in charge of that and go directly to them. Yeah. Well, the city manager at the time, the city manager at the time was Ed Tweed. And Ed was very polite about it, but he sat me down similar to this kind of configuration, and he said, "Rich."
Were there cameras?
There were no cameras. But he said, "Rich, you're my boss, but I'm their boss. So I need to know what's going on." So I learned right off, pretty much early on in my career as a council member, that the council makes policy for the city, but the city manager's role is really to be the boss of the city. The city manager runs the city, and Christina Turner does a fantastic job. We've been blessed, since I've been on the council, to have fantastic city managers. I always tell people that, yes, I am the mayor, but really Christina runs the city.
Very good. Well, thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate your time.
My pleasure.